Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill, where we do some crafting and some chilling. So, hope everyone's having a great week. Starting a little late tonight, but that is not anything unusual here. Going to be doing a few things. I might be doing some crates, so that's always exciting. I have quite a few of those to put together. And we'll probably make a floor for this that we've been working on and off the last couple of weeks. So yeah, who do we got? We got Eduardo first in the chat. That's unusual, Eduardo. How you doing tonight? Fat Red, what's up, Fat Red? Javelong's here. Ed's here. Man, you guys jumped right in. Nice to see everybody. So, anyone get up to anything interesting this week? Anything cool? Any new projects or anything? I've been doing a lot of 3D modeling. Basically every day I've been just doing a little bit here and there the whole week. And that's been going pretty good. I have lots of little things, just testing different things out. Nothing really finalized, but making lots of little containers and lots of little ideas. Okay, cool. So I am almost out of half-inch foam, so this is actually the last piece of half-inch foam that I have, which means if I mess up cutting it, there's really not a lot of room here for error. If I mess up cutting it, we're not gonna get a second chance at making the floor tonight. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, I was thinking about gluing this together, but I kind of want to be able to take it apart, so I might just toothpick it together, which is kind of ghetto. It's a little bit ghetto. That's alright. Just be a temporary. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I guess we'll see. Oh no, you've turned to the dark side. What, 3D printing? Is that what you're talking about? Modeling? This is not gonna hold. Where's my pins? We'll pin it. Let's just pin the dang thing. Yes. Hey, look, I mean, 3D modeling is something I've dabbled in for years now, but not as much as I have been lately. So I guess that's somewhat true. The Prince of Darkness died, yeah. You know what? Ozzy died, and obviously that's very sad, but like a day or two later, I thought it was a joke that people were saying Hulk Hogan died. You know, kind of like, I don't know, a meme because Ozzy died. I just couldn't believe they both of those guys were, from my childhood. Ozzy before, but I'm not a big wrestling guy, but I think pretty much every kid, at least in America in the 80s, watched some wrestling, and I remember, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and what was it? Hacksaw Jim something Duggett, maybe, with the 2x4. Jake the Snake, all those guys. So yeah, that's crazy. And I don't remember the actor's name, but Theo from the Huxtables, and he was a young guy. He was not older like Hulk and Ozzy. He was like probably about Ed's age, maybe younger than Ed actually. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Okay, that's right, Malcolm. Death's always come in threes. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, to be fair, he looked a little younger than you, Ed. Ed, I think you've had a rough life, but I can relate to that. Yeah, crazy. All of those guys were big in the 80s. Ozzy before that. I don't know if Was Hulk a thing in the 70s, late 70s? Probably. Or was he all 80s? I mean, I wasn't born until 79, so I wouldn't know anything before that. Ow! Okay, getting blind. Let's put the tools with the pokey bits facing away from me from now on. Let's see here. Wasn't a fan of Hulk. Yeah, I mean, he was just the face of, I don't know, was it the WWF at that point? Or WW? I think so. Yeah, he was just the face of it for a long period of time. Back in the 80s. I think I'm just gonna cut it. I don't think we're gonna worry about the hot wire cutter today for this. Normally I would make this thing all nice and square, but I don't have the I don't have any extra material, so if it's a little jagged on the edge, whatever, I'll try to dress it up a little bit with I don't know, just some paint. And it can be a little off center. That's not a big deal. Die sucks. Hogan 71. Yeah. Just can't afford easy life or plastic surgery. I can't afford nothing, Ed. It is what it is. Okay, that looks like it'll probably work okay. Crap. Okay. So, other than everyone dying, how's everyone doing this week? Any new projects going? Ed, you should be getting that package pretty soon if you haven't gotten it already. I need to fix this on here somehow. Do I have an entire wall of 3D printers in the background now? No, I have a wall of one 3D printer and a bunch of dioramas that I pulled out of flat pack storage and just haphazardly set them up. My other 3D printers are in the what would be a dining room, but is just a work table, shelves, and a bunch of that kind of stuff. I might put some more over here, though. These shelves are too flimsy that I have in here for 3D printers. Well, that one might work, but yeah, I thought about it, but no, not yet. My laser cutter is back there. don't know, Fat Red. Maybe. This is my bedroom, so... I guess. I don't know. It's mailbox size, Ed. I'm pretty sure I sent it first class, or whatever that option was. It should be there pretty quick. It was under £1. Not sure what I want to do here. Let me just pick a corner. We'll just say right there. Okay, how wide is that? That is, yeah, we'll do it right there. Oh, just the shelves of dios? Maybe. Maybe. I still got some more cleaning and setting up to do, actually. The closet, there's a few shelves in there, too, that I have dioramas, but they're still just kind of flattened and, you know, broken down and stacked on top of each other. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. A certain mutant professor's floating yellow chair on a 3D printer. Eduardo, have you looked at Toy Blocks? Toy Blocks has one. They made one, and it's pretty good looking. I don't know if he's still selling them or not, because that guy was selling tons of stuff, and I think he actually said something like he was getting burnt out because he was doing so many that, you know, sometimes it's great selling stuff, but you do a few hundred items, and it's, I think he said he was like 200 or so in a backlog, and that becomes pretty stressful. Not that I've ever been 200 items in a backlog. I'm just not that ambitious. Okay. cough cough crates. Fat Red, I've done a lot of crates this week. Not the hella dope crates, mind you, but actually I did do hella dope crates. I have about 10 of them waiting to be assembled right over there, and we might do some of that. But I've been doing some 3D printed different styles. They're not fully decorated yet, but I was just testing out like the general shape and functionality of them. And I did those, but I didn't have like, they're big items, some of those items on that he's selling. So, you know, it's multiple parts. He's got a lot more stuff than I do. I think he's got some, like a bunch of 3D printers. I guess I have a bunch of 3D printers too. It's all relative, I suppose. Oh man, I really want to clean it. All right, we'll clean it up a little. We will clean it up a little. Oh man, look at that beautiful angle. Okay, so I was playing with my camera settings last week and I forgot about it. That's why it looks like crap. It's, yeah, that's right, because I moved it to where I could put the hot wire cam on this, whatever you want to call it, scene. And to do that, I had to change the settings, and now it's the T-cam. That's right. I put the T-cam on the hot wire cam, and it's got screwed up. Got crates stacked everywhere. Yeah, there's some crates all over the place, man. The elbow cam. How much? I realized it partway through the cut and tried to raise my elbow. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just paint this now. And then maybe do some crate gluing since there's crates everywhere. We could take a quick look at a couple of things here. So, anyone who has the Catwalk playset, or if you've seen the Catwalk playset, recognizes this guy right here. And one of the things I've been playing with this week in Fusion 360, or Fusion now, they took out the 360, is this dude. Now, I didn't get as detailed with the control panel, but I probably will. It's just playing with the general shape. But this one, in 1/18 scale, has the actual lid. So you can put stuff in there, which is pretty cool. If you had like a Delta 17 figure, and you just had a bunch of extra swords or something lying around, you know, that would be no problem. Damn it, random. Yeah, so I'm going to probably be doing some kind of accessory pack with some different storage containers that will go along with the Catwalk playset eventually. I did some larger ones too, This almost really looks... A lot of the stuff I do just turns out looking like old Trek. Oh yeah, there's some stuff in here too. But I don't know. I'll probably redo this with something more on here than just a plain Jane. Although it really doesn't look that bad like that either. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Nolan? And Trip D Outpost. I don't think I've seen that name before here, but thanks for coming through. I like the old Trek vibes. Yeah, Jab along, me too, man, for sure. This one was actually done in transparent, although it's kind of hard to tell here. Let me get a flashlight. This is transparent PLA. Now, to be fair, even the ones that aren't transparent, you can get the light to shine through, but this one definitely has a little bit... I'm just gonna... That's way too much. Yeah, it actually has... It's more, or translucent, not transparent, translucent. I mean, the gray, you wouldn't be able to see the light at all, I don't think. Yeah. No. Something red. Do I have anything that's red? Yeah, I mean, that's not translucent. You could still see the light through it, but I would say... Yeah, it's quite a bit more. It's difficult, as anyone, I'm sure Fat Red knows, to get the... capture what it looks like with your eye, with the camera, with the glow effect. It just kind of gets washed out. Yeah, these little lids. Something I was having a problem with doing in Tinkercad was like these filleted or beveled edges, whatever you want to call them, the rounded edges, because you had to kind of make a tool to make them. You know, you had to make your own cutout and then use that cutout. And Fusion has all these functions just built into it. And that part is a lot easier. There are some things I kind of don't like. Like it's not as visually oriented where you can't just drag and drop things. But I'm just learning it still. Dim my stage lights, yeah, for sure. That makes a lot of sense, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. 10? Whoa. Okay. Something else. I wasn't sure how this was going to work, but these are working pretty well. And yeah, it's a 3D printed nut and bolt. And I thought it wasn't going to thread well or was going to be a pain in the butt, but I actually was able to print this in a couple of different orientations and working pretty good. So it's really important if I want to make something that assembles together. I just really like the idea of having the the ability to do this. I could make a diorama like this. Let's say if it was 3D printed, probably wouldn't look as cool, I know, but I could put a spot on the back here where it just has, maybe a blank hoop on one side and then this on the other side, and you just put the bolt in there and bam, good to go. So lots of thoughts with this, with the fasteners and maybe some basic hinges and stuff. It's going to open a lot of doors for different little, gimmicky things. Who we have here? Kenzo, what's going on, Kenzo? And Don, welcome, Don. And we got this too. This was another test. There's more. I mean, I was just kept, like I said, every day pretty much I popped out something. Enough of that for right now, though. I do think these will be good, though. The crate reminds you of a Rubbermaid? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And we have this guy, too. Whoops. Wrong size there, but yeah, I'm probably gonna make some that like nest inside each other, and just thinking about a lot of stuff kind of like that. Playability and use in dios or picks with crates and barrels is perfect. Thank you, Ed. Yeah, I think a lot of people, like, I didn't realize how much. I knew people were going to like the original Hella Dope crates for setting up shots, but using it for storage and, exactly, playability. I'm trying to go for things that are a little more fun. Troy, look at Troy with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Troy. Saying, what's up, my dudes? How you doing tonight, Troy? It's probably good I don't have a 3D printer. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe. I didn't have one at first, you know. I spent plenty of years doing this hobby stuff without a 3D printer. I will say it definitely competes for your time for the other stuff. And once again, thank you very much, Troy. Appreciate that, man. Ed said these look like a cooler. Ragtime print return into rad and print an entire room. Yeah, man, it's I could definitely see that happening. Print some small 6-packs, right? Action Joe Figs, how you doing, man? Yeah. You know, Ed, I try to stay away from doing anything too commercially recognizable. But, yeah, some generic 6-packs or something like that. I mean, I've been wanting to make a steel reserve can for Black Knight for a long time. I just haven't done it. Yeah, that's just me. And there's something about, and you can see it over here, there's something about, anything repeated, you know, anytime you're repeating something like this, little crates, it scratches that bit in your brain that likes stuff like that. Things that kind of just go together well. Like that right there is a set. That's pretty good, actually. Ooh, back in the corner. Back in the corner. I've been practicing cutting stone wall patterns on foam board. Okay, Action Joe Figs. Yeah, there's so many different things you could do with that. So many stone patterns, and that's pretty cool. Pretty easy to do too. I mean, tedious sometimes, but you can have some really cool effects. All right, let's get this paint on here so maybe it will have enough time to dry before the end of the stream. So I was emailing them over there at the people that make Fusion, trying to finagle around to see if I could get the software maybe for cheaper or sponsored, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I don't know. I think they got me. I think they got me for their. It's on sale right now, and the sale is $400, I think, and $50 for an annual membership, which is a lot of money for me right now. But I have I have about that much. I have a little more than that from selling catwalks in a separate account. Although I was going to use that for more supplies. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably a good idea for me to stay on the path with this. I guess I could switch to another software. There's some other ones. SolidWorks, which is, professional. And you can get started with SolidWorks for $50 as a maker. But they limit you to saying you're only selling $2,000 a year, and as you go up from that, you're supposed to, scale your membership. Eduardo would like to have Creative Dr. Pepper 3D printed. I'm sure he would, and a chair, of course, the chair. Backdrop for my studio. The Action Joe Pigs, it makes great backdrops, for sure. Yeah, SolidWorks, and there's another program called Plasticity. Haven't really played with that one. That one's kind of new, but looking at it looks... Well, I shouldn't say I did play with it a little bit, but I think it was last year. I could barely remember. I don't think I put that much effort into it. I've been spending... That is way too watery. I've been spending quite a bit of time with Fusion. And I guess that's the rub, right? If you invest 30 hours or something into learning some software, you kind of don't want to have to do that again to get going, although you're going to spend way more time than that. But all this software takes some time to get used to. I own AutoCAD and use various solid modeling software. Very cool, Action Joe Figs. Is it an older version of AutoCAD or something current? I don't know how it is with that, but most of that stuff now is subscription-based. Some people are grandfathered in because they had some old school stuff, and then they just updated, or some of those software stop updating. A floating yellow chair with a cooler attached and a 6-pair of Dr. Pepper inside. Sure, Ed. I'll just get right on that. That would be cool, though. Newspaper. There we go. They sure do, don't they? Well, probably over time, one of them, nah, that's a big difference. It's definitely a big difference, Fat Red. Fortunately, since it's the floor and it's not on the same board, it's not going to matter. It'll look totally fine, because if the floor is a slightly different color, no problem. But yeah, I hate that. That's one of my pet peeves with the Apple Barrel and all these cheaper paints. They're great for this, but sometimes their batch consistency is crazy off. Crazy off. I've had that problem a lot with the grays, especially the really dark one. This one, deep gray. Yeah, I've switched bottles and in a mid-piece, and it was totally not good. And so I've had to... Actually, yeah, we're just going to get rid of that for now. And I had to, you know, in some instances, repaint the whole wall. Or I think one time I just went to making, like, splotches, so it just looked like it had a repainted look, you know, like someone had to come along and do some painting, and they didn't paint the whole thing. Something I learned, like painting interiors, you know, like in an actual home, if you have two different colors of paint, like they mixed different batches. So let's say you have two 1 gallons of paint and they're close in color but not exact. If you paint the wall up to the corner and then put that other color on the other corner, your eye won't even be able to tell the difference, because the corner will always have, like, you know, a light difference from light and shadow. So if it's just like a little bit off, you will never notice the difference. If it's on the same wall, your eye will pick it up immediately, but when you have a corner changing it, and the same thing with the floor, you probably won't even be able to tell when it's dry. I mean, it'll be... No, actually, this one is pretty big. It's a pretty big difference. But, yeah, it's interesting how that works. Folk art multi-surface. Yeah, I got some of that. Wait, do I? Well, I got folk art metallics. I don't know if I have any of that multi-surface. I got some color shift. Action Joe Vic says, yes, it's old software and I use it for 2D drawing, but use other software to design my own stuff to 3D print. Right on. Yeah, I don't know. With some things like Photoshop, I don't mind the monthly fee because it's cheap. You know, instead of having to outlay $300 for Photoshop, you can pay $20 a month or $10 a month, depending on the package you get. But with this, you know, some of these CAD programs, I would rather outlay $500 or $400 and own it forever than have to spend $400 or $600 a year, or if you go month to month, it's like $80 a month, which is, you know, I guess if you have a business that's making a fair amount of money, that's not a huge issue. But if you're not making a fair amount of money, that's an issue. It's quite a bit. Something to consider. Walkway panel red. I used to get gallons and just mix them together so we're the same color. Now you tell me this corner trick. Yeah, I mean, we did that too, Ed. Like you're saying, if you had like multiple 1-gallon buckets and they were close, you would throw them in a 5-gallon bucket and mix them all together, right? And sure, that's good too. That works in some instances. But sometimes, you know, the damage is already done. You had the 1 gallon, you painted a wall and a half or 2 walls already, and then you go and get some more paint, you go and put it on, it's like, nah, not working. So you just bring that to a corner, and you'll be good. The shape in the floor. Are you saying red in the shape in the floor? Walkway panel red. Fat Red, that doesn't make any damn sense at all. Are you saying like the red like the door? Because the walkway panel red is a 3D printed color, man. Hold on, here we go. Yes. Stop. Ed just lives for that scream, dude. He's just waiting for it. You didn't even have to tell me this time. Okay. I guess I'll grab some hella dope crates. Isn't that fun and exciting? You are confusing yourself. Look, I am confused already. I can't take multiple inputs. Too much input equals confused me. It's just how I am, man. I was confused before I even got on here. Speaking of being confused, when I was setting up the laser printer to print some hella dope crates, I was like, alright, we're gonna do this, and I just woke up that day and I printed the wrong size crates. These are like those Mungo crates that I decided not to go with. So I have 2 more of those that I absolutely don't need. And then I have the normal ones here. It's gonna be a lighter blue, like a bluish. I think this one. The same color scheme I did with the 1/12 diorama. And it was funny because I'm lining up the parts on the printer. I opened the file and I'm like, man, I only got 2 of these per sheet. I don't remember only getting 2 per sheet. Well, I guess that's what it was. So I started lining them out again and had a really hard time squeezing 2 whole crates on there. And then when they came out, I was like, oh, those are not the right crates. That's great. Gotta have some better quality control here. Look at that. I hate that. My laser cutter now, if I don't clean the lens in between each and every print task, it's getting, I don't know. Sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't. So I gotta constantly alcohol swab and Q-tip it. Let's get one of the other batches. Have to decide what I want to do with those. Everything on here is good except those side panels. I don't like it when the lettering is too faded. There we go. That's much better. Measure twice, cut once, right now. Always double check. Yeah, I mean, the thing is I was laying it out. I have these files already existing yet. You know, it's all... I made these a while ago. It was just so long since I opened the file up to print that... I mean, I should have known better because it wasn't laid out. I just had one of the big ones. All of these are, you know, it's squeezed in and already laid out. I was like, man. Sometimes I measure once and cut twice at it, or 3 times. $12 by $12. Bat red. Free weathering. Yeah, I mean, some variation is cool. But the way dope is on the bottom there, you know, sometimes it gets too light where it bugs me. But I suppose if it was, you know, one side was like that, the other side was fully legible, I'm okay with that. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I could just take... Maybe I'll do that with them. Look at that. Free button bits. Unplanned button bits, huh? Can't beat that. Just got a box of 12 by 12. What are you using? 12 by 12, 3 mil basswood, or what are you using there? Wow, so random, dude. Troy, of course. That's the whole thing here, man. That's probably a good point, Ed. You know what? It just so happens I happen to have quite a few containers right here. We can just do this for now. Look at that. How handy. Oh, I think I was talking to Ed about this. Ed, this was a test. This is a different lid for that crate. It's just a test. .3mm basswood plywood, right on. Once again, I should probably hot glue the... Nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to make it difficult. That's fine. one thing that I liked about the first Helidope crate was it did friction fit a little bit better where I didn't have to glue it. I guess I don't have to glue this, but I should. Yeah, I should glue at least some of it. Certainly won't take much. Definitely work for what we were talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's a smaller one, and so it wouldn't fit in that particular box. But it was kind of like a test idea for something more this size. Wow, if only you could find a box to put those in. Yeah, I'm surrounded, man. Literally surrounded. And I'm dripping glue all over the place. Let's see if Fat Red commented about it yet. You're slacking, Fat Red. Okay, look at that. Free weathering. I said nothing. I need to get a smaller rubber mallet instead of the full size. Yeah, I mean, these are cool. I really do like the crates, but it's certainly a lot more manual than doing the 3D printing. Although the 3D printing has some prep work too, like the catwalk. I want to say the catwalk is 21 pieces, the playset. So, you know, the barrels have to be put together. The legs on the catwalk have to be glued together. There are some supports that have to be done, or you know, trimmed away. All the consoles have to be glued, right? The two pieces have to be glued together, then it has to be glued to the base. But I don't know. It feels a little bit less labor intensive than this. Unless the 3D printer breaks. In which case, that's a totally different story. Which I don't think I've ever done any kind of 3D printing, like, large amount and not have some sort of issue at some point. There's always an issue. The bamboos are pretty good at keeping themselves running. But, you know, you're making your own files, so sometimes things just don't work out right. You did something wrong. There's lots of different things. Too much. Dang. Yeah. A lot. All right, Fat Red, take it easy, man. You have a good night. this one's pulling up. I need to print some more of these clamps, actually. These things are stupidly handy. Okay, well, let's just randomly switch gears real quick and go put another coat of paint on that floor section we're doing, and then probably come back to these crates. Isn't it crazy how much more the second coat just covers? I mean, it's just always so fascinating to me how the first coat could look so bad and the second coat looks perfect or near perfect. Makes me think of when I was younger and I used to always want everything to be done in one coat. Like, oh, try to just keep putting more and more paint on, thicker and thicker, to try and get it to be done in one coat, but it would never work out. And then at some point I just got patient enough to realize you just need multiple coats, dude. Chill out. James Lucas, what's up, man? Hey, Radnom and friends. Makes me think of Garfield and friends. Friends are there. Wow, Ed, that is a drying rack. Man. Like one with a fan on it, right? I mean, that is a great idea. I wish I had that idea, Ed. Because I always, when I have an idea, it's guaranteed that I execute on it. So if I had that idea, it'd definitely be done already. More crates. Thank you. Music is skipping. Hey Ed, do me a favor. Go ahead and put the link to the random diorama section on Hella Dope Toys, which is still pretty cool that they did that. I like that. That's awesome. Ted or Aaron just randomly did that. They randomly did it. Wow. How cool is that? Okay. Man, there's Ed. Dude, I always think I'm going to catch Ed sleeping. I have not caught Ed sleeping one time yet. That's crazy. He's got those Sasquatch ears or something. Thank you, Ed. Eduardo, take it easy, man. You have a good night and a great week. Have to stream between 3 and 7:30 a.m. to catch me sleeping most nights. Right on, man. Ed, have you been on the Clubhouse at all lately? I feel like I haven't, when I've like scrolled through there real quick, I haven't seen you on there for a while. Too many things? Yeah, I hear that. Stubborn. Grab a few of those crates when they're available. Awesome, James. Yeah, I am not sure when, but it's going to be fairly soon. You know, in the next few months, I would guess. But they're coming. They're coming. I appreciate you grabbing some. Gonna be doing some 3D printed stuff as well. I was showing earlier on the stream. Some test stuff. Well, heck, that's what this is right here. But yeah, we got some sci-fi looking stuff. This looks like a big Rubbermaid toad, but it's gonna get more decoration and stuff on it. I was just testing out the print to see how it look. And you know, we'll have some barrels and stuff coming in the future. Thank you. Oh yeah, and a 1/18. This one actually opens. It's definitely easier to make containers in Fusion than it is in Tinkercad. You can do it in Tinkercad, but Fusion has a shell command that you can just hollow it out and set the wall thickness. It's pretty neat. kind of want to smack these things a little harder, but I'm probably being the worst upstairs neighbor ever right now. I do have people that, well, there's an apartment under me. I don't even know if there's anyone in it right now. And it is 12:30 in the morning, so I'm trying to go gently here. Yeah. I could just imagine what my downstairs neighbors have thought of me. Like, what is he doing up there? You know, the 3D printers going like, going crazy sometimes. I got, you know, we have weights over there. We got me smacking stuff. I mean, when I made the crates, how much whacking with the hammer did I do? Quite a bit. Quite a bit. I tried to do all that during the day, though. Bang away, just turn the music up, man. Look, Ed, as wonderful as that advice sounds, I haven't had the cops called on me for noise since I quit drinking. Long ago, and I'd rather not go back to that again. What's he building in there? What's he building in there? I don't know that song, James, but that definitely fits. Right. Yeah, X amount. We're 34 minutes accident free in this facility. The last noise complaint I actually got was crazy. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Which, the crazy part about that is in this apartment, when I got it, I was still drinking, and I had just recently moved over here from further out. I had a house prior to that, but it was way out, so people from work couldn't come over here or come over there and visit as easily. But when I moved here, this is like right in town, so I had people over constantly, and we were playing music at 2 or 3 in the morning every night of the week. And then one Saturday, I had I don't know, I probably had about maybe 8 or 9 people over, and we're sitting in a circle on the floor. I didn't have any furniture in the in the living room, playing guitar. And it was 2 guitars and maybe a bongo drums. Yeah, bongo drums, and I think that was it. But we were just sitting around chilling, drinking some beers and doing that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And my downstairs neighbors, like, they snapped. They just couldn't take it anymore at that specific time. The 3 in the morning, that didn't do it. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They had it. And, yeah, so I called the cops. Cops come up, and I'm like, dude, it's the middle of the day, you know, and he was like, oh, I gotta knock it off. And so I finally meet those neighbors, and it was a couple downstairs. And, you know, at the time I was like, dude, why would you not just knock on the door and tell me? And he's like, oh, we didn't know you, you know. But we knew each other after that, and we never had any more problems. But they moved out a million years ago. I've been here forever. You know, I guess a long time ago I would have gone, if I had a problem with something, I would politely, you know, not rudely, but I would politely probably go knock on someone's door. I'm trying to think if I've done that before. Yeah, I think I did that before when I was younger. Because I didn't like the idea of getting someone in trouble with an office or something, but now the way people are, honestly, I probably wouldn't do it. I don't ever complain about anyone. I haven't, but if something was just completely intolerable, yeah, I don't know if I'd just go knock on some random person's door that I don't know anymore. Don't feel like having the aggravation. People are crazy now, man. The bongo drums were a bridge too far. Yeah, that might have been it. That might have been it. I had I guess you could say a buddy of mine. He was a singer. He owned a house. When I was really young, I don't know, maybe I was like 21, 22, probably somewhere around there. And we used to go and jam at his house, and he got arrested in front of his house for a second noise complaint that night because he would not stop. But there's a whole story there, and I don't know, maybe we'll tell it one night, but I don't feel like it right now. That was crazy though. That we stopped going over there and jamming after that. That was kind of like the I would say the downhill moment where our little garage band kind of fell apart. Later, when I got a house, we had a room, but it was never fully the same again. Also, because it was very far to go out to where I was living. Why didn't you invite me? That's messed up, right? Yeah, I mean, that's how I usually was with neighbors. And some neighbors are like that. We had a noise complaint at my house. And the cop was like, hey, you guys sound pretty good. You know, he was pretty cool. My friends were bugging out because I let the cop come in the house, and I'm sure some of them had weed on them, you know. And he was like, the cop was like, "All right, dude, look, if anyone in there is smoking or anything, they need to put it away before I go in there. I mean, I don't care if there's smell, but it just needs to be gone." kind of thing. Like, just put it up. And no one was. It was, it was gone. But, yeah, my buddy was like, I can't believe you did that. I was not paranoid. I'll probably be a little bit more cautious now, but at that age, I was not paranoid at all about anything like that. I was just open and friendly with everyone for the most part. When I wasn't being completely antisocial, locked in my room for weeks on end. And Troy, I actually ended up in lots of like parties and stuff like that. I would just see like a group of people or hear noise when I was walking around. Like, I would just go wandering walks while I was drinking. I'd come across a party or something, just start randomly talking to people and end up friends with those people. Happened quite a few times. Kept 2 drug dogs in there tied up, didn't stay long. Yeah, that might have been awkward, Ed. That's funny. Them dogs started going off, huh? Yeah, I mean, at that time, though, honestly, that whole time with the little jam band, I never smoked at all. I was done. I was done after I was a teenager. I drank all the time. Everyone else was smoking, I wasn't. I used to enjoy it, and then it got to the point where it just started making me paranoid. And then after that, it just became not enjoyable. But I used to like wake and bake, and yeah, a lot. They were going nuts. Had a significant amount of greenery in my jacket pockets, yeah. Yeah, I used to find that stuff everywhere. I would just find some, because I was, you'd be stoned and just hide it in different places and not even know. I remember one time I pulled out, it was Star Wars Monopoly, and it was years later. I'm like pulling the box apart, and I shoved some down underneath like the little plastic tray that held the money for, I don't know, a stash for later. I don't know. It's like, what the heck? When I was a teenager, I remember I used to go and dig around in the carpet. I'm sure other people have done this plenty, but dig around in the carpet near the window where I used to smoke out of. And go hunting for a little something here and there. But no, it's been a long time. Probably, man, I don't even know. I don't even know. 25 years, something like that. 20 years, 22 years. There might have been a time or two in my 20s, like at a concert or something, that I took a hit, but I didn't like it. Did not like it anymore. Where are we at here? An hour and 40 minutes. Okay. Let's see. I am going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in a moment. All right. James. Yes, long time ago. Gummies? Yeah, I've never tried. I've never tried any of that stuff. It's everywhere now, though. I mean, people aren't even subtle about it anymore. You go into the grocery store and every other person is like reeking. So, and you know, obviously you wouldn't smell the gummies, but even just smoking, people don't care about hiding it anymore. Ooh, yeah, I think, I'm trying to think. The last time when I did all the crates originally, man, it just was days and days of cutting and gluing and cutting and gluing. I think I binge watched like anime or something for like a week to get through it, because it was the only, I had to have something going. It was just bit much. And I did it around the same time last year, right? Because the original Hella Dope crates came out just after DFW Joe, so we're like a month after it right now. And I only like to run my laser in the morning, although I usually end up running at midday, because I have to have the windows open and it gets flipping hot in here. If I was smart, I'd be doing that in the winter. I had to say they couldn't leave the building for breaks anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I've worked a couple of places when I was younger that there was a lot of that going on. Mid-August, early September. Wow, okay, Ed. So we're kind of like right on the thing there. It's funny, it feels like it's been a really long time, but really 1 year it's not that bad to space in between them, I think. I think that's kind of okay. If we were doing crates like every quarter, people would get sick of them, I think. I know I would. You can smell it anywhere near the parking lot, right? Fresh one. Yeah, Ed, I think so. Yeah, I don't... You know, James, I mean, you've been watching me for a while. I don't like being manipulative on purpose, if I could help it. I mean, I try not to. Or I don't really think about it, I guess. I don't try to be that way. I'm not saying I never have, because everyone kind of does unconsciously to a degree. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely those strategies like FOMO, all that stuff. It works. I've been thinking I need to make some kind of commercial for the catwalk playset. You do your thing, brother? Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I figure I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I do need to do some kind of commercial or something. And I could just move on to the next thing and just keep doing the next thing. And to a degree, I want to do that. But I don't want to not continue to build onto that, at least till there's, a nice grouping of things. Just feels like... I know if I was buying something, it's annoying if you get a couple of pieces and then that's all that's ever made. You want to have some other stuff to go along with it. So keeping that initial part. I know, like, all these guys, they do that on purpose, and I get it. They do a limited run and then they stop, and then you could never get this again, and I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. So I'm sure you can probably tell. I just kind of try to go with the flow of it. I'll just organically see what works. And yeah, I don't have the plan formulated yet or dialed in as much as some other people do. Yeah, I did watch the Rumbler commercial, Ed. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny for sure. So I have a whole skit in my mind I came up with for a Catwalk Playset commercial, Ed. Maybe I'll tell it to you, but I don't know how to make it, right? I have it in my head, but I can't visually make it. And I also just don't have the time to, I don't know, maybe I do have the time, but not really. And yes, James, I always have quite a few different things in my head, for sure. I mean, not only in my head, I have quite a few different things right here floating around, halfway built. It's part of the reason why I like smaller projects, because you can knock them out in a couple of sittings or one sitting. I mean, like this thing right here, although this was 4 sittings, 3, 4, I don't know. Yeah, Ed, I'll shoot you a message after the stream's over, which is gonna be pretty quick. Ted, Ed, and Mossman can help. Yeah, they probably could, James. Mossman, the next time I talk with Ted, like we have a face-to-face, I'll mention it to him. I gotta feel him out on it. It's just Ted has, he's got a lot going on, right? They're doing hella dope. He's got his job. He's a married man. He's got family. And he gets stuck putting things out. You know, he has a hard time. Analysis paralysis, you know? So now if I come up with lines and stuff for him, I could probably just give him the lines and he could say them. I think he'd be willing to do that. Yeah, something I should I'll probably work on that somewhat this week. I don't know how far I'll get, but I'll tell you some of the ideas, Ed. It's crazy. It's zany, is what it is, and I don't know if it would be the best commercial, but it would definitely stick in someone's head. He's hunting blue mule. I don't think he is. I'm a little irritated at Ted about that blue mule thing. Man, just goes ahead and gives it away. Probably never even asked for it back. Didn't care. Not a care in the world. Not knowing that the blue mule already has a cult following. The cult of the blue mule. Alrighty. Man, look at that. Well, we got 6 crates done. Well, I still didn't do the rope handles, but that's good. A little bit of progress there. Blue Mule the drink. Blue Mule could be a whole thing. Blue Mule the flamethrower, you know, the plush doll. I definitely need to model a Blue Mule at some point. I think that would probably, I don't know if I'll do it, but that would probably would have made a good hella dope Christmas ornament. But I'd rather do a prop, I think. Okay, guys, it's 1:05 a.m. We've been going for 2 hours, and there are more people joining the stream the later it gets. That's crazy. So those are probably some overseas folks. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now because it is 1:06 a.m., and I do have to wake up in the morning at some point. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you very much to my channel members. Special shout out to Troy for the super chat earlier. I greatly appreciate that, man. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Always enjoy it. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. And hope everyone has a good weekend, good week. I think I said that. Where's that end stream button? All right, take care.